one of the other things that we'll look at, on the day of judgment will be, they will look back at this world and they'll consider that the whole time that they spent in this world, 80, 90, 100 years plus, right? It would feel like 1 hour in the morning, sa'atan min an-nahar, for example. So one of the first understanding of the nature of time is that in the second session that we have, which is the hereafter, here we have 2 sessions as well. We have today's session and next week's session. In the next session that we have as human beings, which is the hereafter, when we look back at the previous session, all of us will consider it very little, right? Very, very, very little. In the Quran, when Allah compares this hereafter to the hereafter, to this world to the hereafter, Allah says, "Bal tu'thiruna al-hayata ad-dunya." Nay, you prefer the world of this, the life of this world. وَالْآخِرَةُ خَيْرٌ وَأَبْقَى. Whereas the hereafter is much better. But when we're talking about time now, what did Allah say about time? وَأَبْقَى, and it's more lasting, right? It lasts way longer than this world. Okay? وَالْآخِرَةُ خَيْرٌ وَأَبْقَى. So when you understand that as a third nature, the first thing we should understand about time is, number one, it's small and it's limited. Okay? It will one day to us feel like a day or part of a day. From the Quran, let's look at our own lives. All of us. Just look at your own lives. Many of you, if you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, look back at the amount of years you've spent. And how does it feel when you look back at it? Doesn't it feel like just like yesterday when you were in secondary school, primary school, in that class, in that, And that's the reality of this world. A lot of times when you look back, things that you did years ago feels as if you've just done them, or it wasn't that long ago that you did these things. If you really want to try to understand this better, when you also consider some of the difficulties you faced in life, and you look back right now that Allah has saved you from those difficulties, you don't even, the time you spent worrying about these things. So for example, if you're somebody that spent years looking for a wife, if you've now been married, you'll forget, oh my God, there was once a time I used to think, when is she going to come into my life? When is my Romeo going to come? When is my, So why am I saying this? The first thing for us to know about the nature of time is that it's limited. It's very, very, very small, right? It's short. We don't have much of it, okay? So when you understand that, now let's dive deeper into the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.